This Tia was our honoree for last year's Mother of the Year, and I'm asked her to help me today. You know, when I think about how do you honor somebody, a mother or father, it's really kind of an interesting way to look at it. It's not that we're saying that somebody is done a better job than somebody else, or they're superior in a skill than somebody else. But it's about this principle. The principle is always this. Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. And when we start to look at people, we want to find people that are exemplifying good things in the things that they do in life that we can follow and we can pursue. And so this year, when I was just kind of meditating on it and thinking about it, I felt like the Lord took me in a rather unusual direction. And I asked a few people, I said, what do you think about what I'm thinking? And they were like, oh yes, that's the right thing to do. It'll become really evident who we're going to honor this morning very quickly. When I started thinking about who in this church has represented somebody that we can follow, I realized the person was living right in my house. This past year, my wife has risen to a level that I have sat in amazement at what she has done. Just a little under a year ago, we got called into one of the hardest situations in our life, where we had to take on the role of parents to two very damaged little boys. My oldest grandson could not even talk. He was being evaluated whether he was on the spectrum. Those of you that have been around Joey today know that Joey talks quite well. We had our other grandson who was born with tremendous challenges in his life that he will face the rest of his life. But at the moment, we didn't know that he was in a situation of abuse where his very life was in danger. And the first month that the boys came to live with us, we were absolutely shell-shocked. And there would be times in the night when I would hear my wife crying on the side of the bed, and I'd reach over to her and she'd say, Phil, I don't know that I can do this. And of course, you have to throw whatever cliche out. Oh yes, you can do it, you can do it. Inside going, I'm not really sure this is possible. But walking in the promise of the scripture that says I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, and living it and breathing it. At the same time, our oldest is getting married, having to work with my soon-to-be daughter-in-law on many details. Any of you guys ever planned a wedding before? All hands on deck. Another daughter moved home from New York to be back here. And our baby boy graduates from high school in just a few short weeks. That's a lot of mom stuff on your plate. But maybe the hardest one that I want to say is in the midst of all of this, having to do this estranged from our youngest daughter, and still being able to every day get up and be the center of our family and to show people around us, you know what? God can help you. And that you do, moms, you do whatever you're asked to do. Moms, that's what you do. Whatever you're asked to do, that's what you do. And so this year, I'm really it really is a privilege for me, because probably one of the hardest jobs in the church is to be a pastor's wife. You're overlooked, you're underappreciated, you're over-criticized, all sorts of things like that. So when you have a moment that I can just really honor the woman that I've been blessed to be married to for 27 years, but also look at this church and say, you know what, follow her as she follows Christ, because she's doing an amazing job at what she's doing. So this year, I want to celebrate my wife, Jessica, as our Mother of the Year here at Family Worship Center. Amen. Come on, babe. Can we just stand and honor her this morning? Those flowers. Huh? You know it? Those flowers are bigger than she is. Thank you so much. You get a chance today, just go up to her and say what Joey says. Good job. Good job.